All right, wrong button pressed there, but I'm back, and I am starting. Correct? Correct. Plan here is to build a better miner, and as usual, I like to start with a connector on a connector. Drop it on there and get it connected up. Right, so the key things we're concerned with, I think we're going to have to go 4 drills wide, but the key things we're concerned with is more more hydrogen. And instead of a flush cockpit, I think I want to go with a... We're going to start with a cargo box this time. This will get us our initial set of connectors. I think we had enough cargo boxes originally. So that's fine. But I also want better battery power. That will, can we get out through there? Yes. Right, and then cockpit-wise, like this cockpit more than the flush one, better visibility for one thing. But we have this issue here, which is that it doesn't have a large connector. But we end up needing some way to hook it up. Is not that. Where is... Thought I had... There it is. Go here, but I really want to be sure that I'm thinking about the printing process along with everything else. You can go longer as well. Although if I'm going to go wide, that's one thing. I really need to think this out. I want at least 2 of these. I think 2 hydrogen tanks is kind of key here. I also guess we probably need to think about the flush cockpit, because that also doesn't have that. But then again, we end up with we use this guy for that work. That's one. We can slap a couple more in that. Actually gives us the ability to go here as well. Denser. We're got one more hydrogen, but we need more storage space as well. We got to remain flat here, though. That is part of the whole thing, is that the flush cockpit is one that works for this setup. Yeah, that's central. Still need more. We are going a little wider, so that's cool. So I think we might even be able to get away with mounting more cargo. We end up with actually this might give us, oops, not like that. You know what, though? Right, okay. But I ended up there we go. Right, if we go from back here, and then we get our thrust on, we have more room. For our side-to-side thrust. You still want to get, oh, there we, okay. One of these guys on here. But not on the bottom this time. And I also didn't use an inset connector this time to prevent from the scraping issue we were having. And we need a sorter. and a connector. That covers there's a lot of things. It doesn't cover. What doesn't it cover? We got twice the hydrogen, an additional hydro generator. Still need to work out within this framework I think what we do is come out through here. And keep it all connected. Come out through here. Yeah, those guys won't go there, that's fine. But now we can actually do, well, we need to do the underside as well. Right, now we can do double rows of hydro thrust on the bottom here, which is a lot. I'll give you that. We only need one set along here. Part of the idea here is to make this thing much denser so that when we extrude it, everything is created properly. And that would give us more back. We're still lacking in side to side. But we could just go right out to here. Although we're still experiencing an issue where we print from this way, that will be printable, then that will be printable, then that will be printable. Only we won't be printable out to this guy until, like, these guys won't be printable until we've hit all the way in there. So we put some structural stuff in light. Deal. That brings it up to being printable there. We got side, side, up and down, back and forward. The extra hydrogen will more than make up for the extra thrust. I don't actually have to put all the thrust. Oh, but now the thrusters are not embedded, which kind of causes us a big problem, because if we go back and put this guy here, right, we were able previously that width. Actually, we don't need to come out from here at all. We can actually come straight off this. Actually makes that safe. And if we print from the back forward, then by the time we get here, the extrusion will be fine. Hey, Jay Deaton, hello. How you doing? I had previously built a miner that I tried out heavily yesterday and was mostly happy with, but a little tiny bit unhappy. Enough to try to build a new one. The main changes being an additional cargo box and an additional hydrogen tank so far. And also an additional H2 gen. Moving our refill station to the top of the thing, so as to prevent the problem I had when it was on the bottom where it was breaking. Only I now have to make this 4 drills wide instead of 3, but luckily I can see that I'm not going to actually break my thrust. My thrust is not going to blow up my thing, especially if I slap some heavy armor on the back of this, which I will eventually. I just have to find my drills. That be enough? Maybe I should go out one more. Oops. Since I'm out of the range, I can actually get a wider stance instead of 3 drills, 4 drills. That's another change. Yeah, the big thing is we got to stay flat. And I was just lamenting that my new design means my up thrust is not going to be, and my down thrust is not going to be within the limits of this cargo box size. My side thrust is fine there, but I'm going to have to figure something out for up and down thrust. Hang on a second, guys. All right. So back to what I was saying. We got to rethink all of this. That still needs to be hooked up, fortunately, so I still have to figure that out. And lose. What did I just do? I just lost my cargo. Alright. Now I don't remember how those were connected even. Oh, they're connected there. So I don't need... Right. It's off. So I don't need that. I need to... I do need to think about how we're going to arrange our down thrust. Way that keeps it right. Kind of have to lose that connector in favor of... No, that's tall enough there. We really do have that much room when it comes to it. Which means I could actually have those guys there in that wedge. There's thought. Keep those connected just so that you have multiple connections to hydro along that run anyway. So I had like 10 thrusters on the bottom last time. But if I were to... That'd be 6, that's 12. We'll have a lot of down thrust, but that's fine. Assuming I can get the same sort of thing going from, 1 second, gotta plug my headphones in. Alright, I was saying, same sort of thing in here. Unfortunately, I can't because of those. The toolbar on the front there. Get rid of those. Oh, another change was I had a whole bunch of small batteries, but they were running out really quickly because of all the power I was sending to the to that one guy. I'm gonna actually go way forward with these. I think 24 up and down thrusters, which means we can lose this whole batch here. Yeah. Bad that those ends are too wide, so I can't put them. I guess there's 2 here. I could go forward on my thrust a little bit more. Actually double it up. Right. So we lose stick that guy there. He doesn't want to go there, fortunately. Oh, because he's partway into that thing. Okay, well that doesn't work. That's not really actually too wide. I mean, it is, but not the way I want it to be. Ah. And we... That doesn't actually matter, because... Yeah. We move those out one more, because length doesn't matter. Hanger back on. Baser. Find it. There it is. One more block, and then on to the quarter. And then the connector for ejection. That's what this connector is. Those connect and live there. Alright, back to a decent number of hydrogen generators with room for other stuff inside. Be nice to have big old down thrust, but I don't have 3 blocks of room anywhere. Still within our range here, and if I wanted more down thrust, I do believe that's probably enough to hold up 3 boxes worth of stuff, which we'll test with stone eventually, but I seem to have lost those guys too. Or did I remove them? I guess it doesn't matter. There's our side thrust. Not looking bad. Pretty sure it'll still fit even with bumper, even with a cage on it, it'll still fit fine. So, amenities. What do I want with amenities? Well, we need gyros, that's for sure. need the projector. Actually, would probably best live in here somewhere. Right, left. Yeah. And a couple of gyros can live there too, assuming I can find my gyros. Get our tightness. There we go. Get the ore detector, if I can find it. There. 4 gyros is probably enough, but maybe we want more. What do we got here? Event controllers, right. We definitely want event controllers. Two is probably still enough. Can't think of anything more than, well, cargo, power, and hydro, so we need at least 3. And then timer blocks. Good measure, and a programmable block, which I have somewhere. Oh, there's one. I think that's all of those. Maybe we put a couple more gyros on the bottom, down in these holes somewhere. I know it goes there. If I can find it, there it is. I like the down camera, top mounted. So there's our docking camera. Our camera for scouting. Camera. Was 12 on each side good enough last time? I think not. I think I want a few more. We're holding up when we're at an angle. What's funny is that we could probably get away with this. But that would preclude putting anything there, so maybe not. Trying to think what else. I wanted a sensor or two. But I'm not sure what I'd use them for, so kind of just in case, right? Really what it comes down to. It's just in case. Oh yeah, we need the broadcast controller. And we need the fan. Oh, and an O2 tank. I forgot the O2 tank. Fan just needs to be attached to something. I guess 2 fans would be fine. Fans are just a way to get O2 in if we don't happen to have ice. Right, now what was I talking about? Oh, O2 tank. Oh, we can just kind of, hopefully, maybe slap that in anywhere. Yeah. Oh, we'll just need a connector. And actually this is better because we'll have 2 instead of 1. Give us a bit more O2 to play with. Alright, this thing is looking pretty intense in terms of all of the thrust on it. Okay. Got the fan, I got the O2, I got the cameras, I got a sensor, I've got event timer, event controllers, broadcast controller. Got to find that. I got the projector on there. Right. We only need 1. So I'll just put it right here in the center. Right. 3 was sketchy last time. 3 was super sketchy. For the parachute hatches. think maybe 6 this time. I mean, it worked, but I was very scared all up until the point. I also had them set for 750, which I think is not enough. Alright, again, thinking about welding. Nothing can weld back here until this guy is here. So let's put just some blocks there so that that's connected. So it'll weld this, and then it'll be able to weld that, which will allow that and that to be welded, and these obviously. And then we hit the point where once these are welded, these will be weldable, which will come out to here. And then we got to go 4 back before we can get that guy. I can't think of a way to make this possible earlier, unless I actually start working on the frame. Alright. These are my light set. But if I'm going to work on protection, then I need my heavy set. That actually enables welding of these right up immediately as well. But we can't put that there, so here's the round one. I know there's a round one here. There it is. Back to regular panel. Central. That should protect against most bumps there. But we're doing the wrong color. Go straight. Nope. I'm gonna do covers. Do some half panels. There. There. It's a bit of a cage to work with. eventually. And then our other paneling goes here. Literally all the way down to about there. Or here, but just flat and flush. If I can find the damn thing. Still need some sort of protection over here, though. Anyone? Okay, that is not gonna work. Where is that corner? The big corner. That ought to work. That. Really just want to protect against bumps and dings and try to catch every outer actually just make that more solid paneled. That stuff's all protected on the top. Definitely need this to be protected. These guys are really strong, so I don't need to actually worry about them for any reason other than looks. Sides and back. Can I repaint these? Alright, I think that's pretty good for that kind of protection, although I think I want one here. find that guy. Yeah. You can only go to there. That looks pretty cool. I could do the... Well, I could do a similar thing here. This needs very much flat protection. That's all the way down. And all the way across, because you can't mount there. I kind of was hoping that was a mount point. Oh well, you can't mount there because you're upside down. Right. Alright. Where's my round? You can mount there though. More underside. We put that. I guess that just goes straight, just flat. Not gonna get super imaginative with that's going to become a block. Becomes a half block. Be a little bit stronger than the panel. Well, I have the panels on that side. That's alright, doesn't matter. Skids though. Want skids. Those don't work with that. It'll have to be flats. Like this. That'll go all the way out to there. I think that's looking fairly safe. While leaving us room to mount camera lighting along here. Might be good to have some structurals through here though. Not terrible. Now it's just about lighting. Completely removed any chance of putting lights. Well, I think I can get them right here. That's our side lights. More like just marker lighting. So I can see the thing, although I doubt I'll miss it. You know. Alright, so then we gotta go back 1, 2, 9. There we go. It's all about. There. Highlighting. Like to be able to see. I wish it was dark so I could see my light beams. Serious light bar, not that direction, that direction. Yeah. I think this thing is about done, so let's count the equipment again. Buffers, yes. Landing gear, no. We have skids instead. guess we could put landing gear. That gets in the way of other stuff. Straight up mag plates, how about? Just in case, although that's, yeah, that doesn't work. Connector's in the way. Yeah, no mag, connector only. So anyway, we have what, 16 the side plus another 3 on each side, 16 to each side. Well, 18, 24 up, more than 24 down, I think. Maybe just 24 down as well. Two largest back, two largest front, O2 tanks, hydro tanks, event controllers, programmable controller, place to get power and H2 and O2 if you're outside, timer blocks, broadcast controller, ore detector. Am I missing anything? A way to get O2 without generating it, although it will generate once you've got ice, but you can actually start with a little O2 if you're in Atmo. 5 H2O2 gens. Could throw... I think that might interfere with lighting though. Thinking we could throw a band across the bottom here. A band of protection, heavy protection. Like that. I think that's going to interfere with our lighting. Yeah. Yeah. Not terrible. Maybe not wonderful, but not terrible. Although I think I want a little bit of ambient kind of lighting. Top and bottom too. Give me that. Yeah, connect to those things. Okay, well, we'll just go out here then. I expect to be in tunnels a lot. That ought to give us the lights we deserve. Lots of programming to do next. Although, actually, first... Oh, antenna. Ah! We do want an antenna. It'd be nice to have him there. Damn. Okay, he can go there. Alright, antenna. Nice. What else? Am I missing? Thrust, power, lighting, programmable stuff all over the place. Using a broadcast controller that we can't actually access, but don't care. And a generation. Oh yeah, a couple of little boxes for storing parachutes. Backup cam again as well. Can't go there anymore. I'll have to go there. This thing is just a straight up ejector, not a connector. Got the side opening this time instead of accidentally doing top opening. Now again about the printing, we're going to print this or one of these, and then this stuff will print, which will enable at least one of these to be printable, and those, which will enable those things. This connection here will get us over to our kind of nacelles. Which, once we're back here, we'll be printing internals and this stuff, and we'll end up being able to print that, and those, and all that, and nothing's only connected by one thing until we get way out here. And then we end up needing to print that. But this is a back first print for sure. Doable by my current janky hacked together welder wall. Assuming. No, I may have to widen that welder wall to 4x4 from 3x3. Almost. Yeah, if I get more redundant thrust connections, that's not a bad thing. Where's the connection thing? Go on there. Converter. Can you not live in there? I thought you would be able to live in there. Is it really just literally the curve, maybe? The curve shouldn't prevent it. Oh, it's because those guys are like that. Okay, never mind. It's more of like filling it in. But actually, yeah, I think we will do that. Because the curve, the redundant connections are important. That now we have hydrogen flow from the back and the front and possibly even sides are connected in there. We're not actually connected over there, but that's okay. We just stick block there, that's even more attachment points. And I could easily re-weld that on the fly. But some of these internals would be a super pain. Alright, a little bit of testing for liability, mobility, and actually, right, let's actually get some programming in here. First thing is to reset the names. Copy that. So our groups are named as well. Rest. Alright, now I have to find my backwards thrust. It'll probably be way down here. Forward, forward, U and U. Batteries. Which 2 gens? light. Thanks. Need to group the cargo chutes. Alright, then we gotta get a couple of these things. Front camera. Landing, or call it docking camera. Put rear in there just in case I decide to search for that instead. Alright, cameras are labeled. I think everything is labeled. However, turn the sensor off since it's there for future proofing rather than instant need. Broadcast controller does not use the antenna, just to the guy in the cockpit. Cargo nearly full. Batteries getting low. Hydro and getting low. Cargo batteries, hydrogen. Alright. Let's see. Turn you off because we're not using you right now. And program these. Cargo equal or greater than 90. Those guys are there. And the action is broadcast message 1. Batteries. Stored power. equal or less than, say, 20. I wonder if I could throw a hydro generator on this thing. Is there even such a thing for small grid? I believe there is. Equal or less than 20. Message 2. Hydro is message 3. Vent is gas tank filled equal or less than 20 these tanks. Actions, and that's message 3. Alright, but back to my question about being able to generate power. Engine. Okay, this is problematic because it wasn't built into the original design, and there's not really anywhere safe to put it. Except like right here next to the cockpit where alright. We lose you. And we lose you. You. It's going to be a little weird because, yeah, but, no, yeah. You'll at least connect there. That works. Not like terribly, crazily terrible or anything either. Although, that'll come off there. Let's go for our heavy blocks. Just get a little bit of padding. Where did it go? That was silly. Ah! Wrong. Oh, faceplate left. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, that makes a little more sense and provides us with some bumpers. Armor panel, there we go. Just a little bit of bump up there. Alright, we're back to that. Oh, where did those guys go? We want... remain consistent. Alright, I've got to get those named now. Good. Prefix it, group it. Right. The antenna. Good. Show ship name. I think it shows ship name. Well, actually, I'll just go with the ship. Alright, so there's that, ore connector should be maxed, or ore detector. It is maxed, but I have a mod in my survival game that turns that up to 250. Now comes the fun part, I think. Oh, conveyor sorter. White list. Whitelist the stone only. Drain all will be on to start. No, off to start. That goes on the toolbar. Alright, I think we're pretty good. It's now time to actually start working on the bar. So, when I dock... Oh, I forgot to name a couple of things. Specifically... yeah, that connector... And this guy gets the ejector name. Right. Right. So last time when I set up the toolbar on my previous ship, I did a really wonky job of it. So for this one, I am going to go with 3 toolbars. Toolbar 1 will be operational. So that's drills. Thrusters on and off. Back thrusters on and off. Why? Why are you broken? Man. That's all the thrust, right? Because that's just the 2 of them. Dave. It might. Oh box, and it might. So let's actually, yeah, it does. Wow. Okay. So we delete that group. Thank you. Means all kinds of non-thruster blocks. Right. Let's try that again. On and off. Alright. All thrusters on. Back thrusters on and off. So operational. What else might we want to do during general operations? We might want to turn the hydrogen engines on and off. We might want to turn the generation on and off based on stuff. And we might want to open the parachutes or close the parachutes. And we definitely want to turn our lights on and off and our floodlights. Nope, that's thrusters again. We already have that one on there. Floodlights. And our floods on and off. Okay. That basically covers, like, general operation, although actually the chutes are a little bit not necessary here, because I want to be able to turn the ejection on and off. Adrenal on and off. So then we don't need to do the ejector. The ejector can be totally drain all whatever, which I need to. This is always collect all throw out. Not used for parking. Speaking of which, none of my connectors are ever used for parking. So we'll get that fixed. Alright, toolbar 2. Cameras. No, we'll more often than not probably want this to be docking and whatnot. So I get in the ship and I want to turn my batteries on. I want to turn my thrusters on. And I want to set my tanks to stockpile off. So batteries on, thrusters on, stockpile off. And we're ready to fly. Yes. We're ready to fly, so now let's switch our lock. And then the reverse of that is unlock or lock, stockpile, thrusters, batteries to recharge, which should be actually recharge, not on and off. Right. actually the landing camera can go, actually the cameras can go on this toolbar too, and I don't need to worry about, or at least the docking camera can go on here. The front and rear cameras can go on toolbar 3. But I want front and then rear. Alright, so there's that. I can turn our hydro on and off. Yep. Alright, I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. I'm wondering if I'm missing anything though. But let's just save it real quick. So if I blow it up or anything else, it's still good. If I blow it up and then crash or whatever, I can just put it back. Right, so we're actually ready to take off. We might be, are we too wide? I don't think we're too wide. It feels a little skinny. So we'll fill ourselves up with ice. Now let's go to a wall. This is mainly for getting off planet and then mining stuff there and also mining deposits. But usually I'm going to be like rolling straight to a cliff wall or an asteroid. Right, we're in operations now. And I'm going to want to just plug in. Just plug in. Wait a second, why are you dumping? Okay, maybe I need to change that. Bring all this off. Okay, I'll just have to change that to, yeah, the filter is set to only eject stone. And also, hello, Prismium. That much is sure, but rather than controlling it at the sorter, I'll control it at the ejector. I wanted to control it at the sorter because I wanted it to, not put stone in the collector or in the ejector, which the sorter is going to do. But this works too. Is my bar close enough? Cargo is not nearly full, mate. There's something wrong with that setup. The main thing is, like, cargo is now nearly full. Maybe that needs to be an AND gate. Do I I need to bring these guys out some, or am I going to be able to fit in here? I think I'm going to be able to fit in here. This was like the main thing, was can I fit in the hole? It's checking the cargo containers only. Okay, we fit in the hole. That was like the key test here. And we're full. So I'm going to save it again before I kill the... before I kill off the other thing. You know, the settings I just made. Not. Hello? I think I need more gyros. Also might need more power. No, I don't need more power. 57. Alright, we gotta turn off our... Whoa! Holy cow! I do not have enough power without the hydrogen engines. Ha! Ha! So... yeah, that's a thing. But my cage worked. I didn't break anything. I may not have even damaged anything. But that's why we do these tests. Yeah. I don't think I damaged any of these blocks. I don't want to save it with a damage state. So cool. That's cool, but not cool. Because our batteries are on. Oh no, our batteries are on charge. Ah. Right, let's try that again. Alright, 4 hours. But it's nice to see that we can actually run on hydro alone. That's nice. And full. I don't know why I keep losing. Like when I stop, it doesn't want to. Oh. We probably broke something that time. Okay, I can't really quite go upside down. But I can definitely do side. If I broke anything, it'll be along here. I don't know if I forgot or what, but we need some sort of nice additional side piece here. That. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's basically successful, although maybe a couple more gyros would be handy for high. Now, another question though. Full, can we... Not quite. Alright, let's see about fixing that other stuff. Get rid of all of this to the point of below 90. Right, so it's going to be in the event controller. I think what it's doing is filling one up. So I think we need the AND gate. Anybody know of a way to kill, to empty your chat? Is it maybe clear? Nope. Oh well. And that's definitely below threshold. Good idea. For X's. There we go. Now we know. Well, I think 6 parachutes will allow it to fall out of the atmosphere, but I'm going to leave them at 1,000. I am a little worried about my down angle. I mean, I tend to mine at a slight down angle, so okay. That works better. So it's the AND gate, which basically means if we're not using our hydro good, or equally, that the hydrogen event controller and the battery event controller also need AND gates. And it is very clear to me that AND gates are how they work now. I was a little bit wishy-washy on that. Didn't really catch on. Until just now that really truly was how it was operating. I see silver. Whoa, no. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's just not room, or I would actually use large thrusters. I'm just not seeing any room for large down thrust. Although it would probably solve some of my hydrogen usage issues. Yeah, everything is really packed in here this time. There's not a lot of space. Could maybe put a conveyor converter, but then that pushes that forward and makes this thing actually dangerous to the blocks up there, which it's currently not. So that's not a good idea. Yeah, I don't see any way to get some heavy down thrust, so I just got to be careful. Although if I lost these two hydrogen generators, I could have some down thrust right there. But we were already slow on the generation, so where would I put those? Oh, well, I wouldn't need the double blocks there for that down thrust. I could lose some of that down thrust. Yeah. Pretty sure those right there would fit. Of course, that's going to require a little bit of a retrofit. But I think it might overlays off. Okay. So what's attached to this at this point? Not much. So we lose you, and those guys. We kill you. Okay, I don't care. And then we put down thrust on here. And maybe it can go in. Okay, we'll have to lose probably one of those. That redundant connection, unfortunately. No. Okay, we gotta lose this bumper. Oh, crap. Start. Now what is it that I do? Great, it's been so long. I want to spawn in, copy of this thing. Function 0. Control O. No. Huh. Yeah, it's been a while. F10. Alright, let's try that again without deleting any important stuff with my super twitchy. Alright, that's still within the range of everything else. But now we have to get it hooked up. Fortunately, it's only hooked up in one place, but what did we just break? Oh, those guys. Don't care. Alright, so now we definitely need to go back to getting some actual protection on this thing. I wonder if that will be a problem or not. Probably not. Right, but now I'm down to 3 hydrogen generators. Unless maybe... No, I do not wish to respawn. What's the height on those? It's too high. That is really unfortunate, because that would have been perfect. Okay, but, and bear with me here, we don't need this many down. We're not going to be upside down in gravity, and it does not matter otherwise. But that's only too high. Only too wide. So that's not going to work either. I can't push him down any further or he'll be a problem. I gotta lose you though. go back to having this connected. We might as well have those back. No, we don't want them back because we really actually don't need that many downs. Now we are still in the problem where we don't have as much hydrogen, which means if we run out, we're sitting around for ages. And that's not deep enough. Well, I guess we can't have everything all the time. Those 2 or 3 high. They're too high. So we might be able to get... Assuming I get the port right. Like that. No, but that's right in the danger zone, I think. Isn't it? Yeah, I bet that blows up. At which point we're in deep doo-doo. Because that will explode rather than just nicely. If I, well, I can lose 3 more small downs, because I have the large downs now, and quite a few of them. I can probably find a place to put 3 more small sides. Which means I can put that there, and even disconnected, I'm glad I had those multiple connections going. We can go to here. Yeah. Those fellers red. And those fellers red. Just in keeping with the existing setup. But I do believe that our hydrogen engines are no longer actually connected to anything. Or are they? Are they connected through the gen? Mount points. Connectors. They are connected through the gen. Oh, nice. Right? Oh, that's connected to that. Oh, but then it's not connected to anything else. Oh. How will I fix that? I guess we could go I do not need that. That does create a bit of an issue with I want to okay, those are back to being connected to at least the toolbar. I think the conveyor converter, actually that might be a good secondary if I can find a way. Yeah. Can those go in there? Yes, they can. So a conveyor converter can go in there as well, which actually will make it look good. Oh, you're right. Let me go back. Like that, and we have two different connection points into the system. Those are now kind of exposed. We gotta get our color back though. How do we turn that into a block? Yeah. Oh, we turn that into this kind of block. And then we can anchor some small amount of protection off there. Which, if that was an actual block, would allow us to do a bit of side protection, but I don't think we need it. Kind of liking this stuff, but yeah, we don't really have anywhere or way to connect this anyway. That, unfortunately, is probably going to generate a little bit of shadow on our flood, but that is what it is. Alright, this is looking pretty cool, huh? I wonder if I can get somebody, this guy. Yeah. Actually matches. Can we do the same here? No, because we need the right side. I'll find it eventually. Quarter panel. Alright. Did I lose anything else? Okay, I did. I lost some rear lighting. It killed my my backup camera is underneath there. Yeah, I don't have anywhere to mount rear lights, I don't think. Unless I turn these into full blocks, which might very well be a thing to do. Oh, we can go back to having that there. Not exactly. I guess I could put lights here. Yeah. That's something anyway. Oh. They work there. They don't work there because I'm facing the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. And just one there for posterity. But actually I don't like the overhang. So hopefully this doesn't drop the whole thing. Nice. I think that causes any issues. And it'll be a nice little like foot on the be a nice little foot when we set down on this. The back will be kind of held up. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this, unless I've missed something glaringly obvious. Yeah, I don't ever plan on being upside down in gravity, so that's fine. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. So now I need to fix my thrusters. Get these guys added back into the group. And, get those guys added back into the group. I think that's it. Right, I want to actually move that. Right. Let's actually move that. To there. Because this one gets another thruster group. We don't need that down thrust in space. We can have it off when we don't need it. saving us some stuff. Why don't we save the blueprint? And give it a... Wow, still. I guess we just have to be careful when we're full. That's what it comes down to, right? Gyros would help. Thank you. That would be neat. I have the spare event controllers. So let's just go all out. On that. So what are we looking at? 3 hours. Turn that on. Just to see. Yeah, actually, so... Yeah. Man, we are 100% full. And our parachutes, just to make sure, 1,000? That still seems scary when you're rolling in at 100 meters a second. Let's go with 1750. That is good. I'll also keep it on the bar so I can manually do it. No, if it's on the bar, I wonder how that conflicts with the event controller. There's no event controller anding, like, I know there's ands within the blocks, but between event controllers, like it takes 2 event controllers to fire. Let's see. Natural gravity changed? Natural gravity is... go like 0.8 maybe? Natural gravity 0.8. Now, go 0.6. Gravity is 0.6 or greater than not even a select blocks on this one. That's cool. Then our gravity thrust gets turned on. Right? And we still have to be careful, though, about our descent. Where's my latest? I think it must be over there. Where did I put it? I see the red one there, but I don't think that's the one I was just working on. I think that's the platform left over from my previous miner. But maybe not. It doesn't really matter. No, that's the new one. Okay. Yeah, we just have to be careful about our descents, which is a tall order coming from me. Right, so then it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Wanna leave? Cool. Pretty happy with that. I think that's pretty good. I don't think I've missed anything. Well, let's do check. Oh, come on. Stuck. All right. Right. Still kind of slow on the gyroing, but yeah, it's on default, and as long as I take off a little bit immediately upon unlocking, it'll be fine on the connector pole. I just have to lock and unlock so that I get that. There's a small gap. All right. So we're pretty good here. Let's go out of the mist and get nice to get. That. Kind of both. It's like I use it to get off planet and go get my first bit of uranium, which I already did with the other miner, but that was edge of your seat, grinding your teeth the whole time. Am I going to make it? Am I going to live? That sort of thing. But yeah, otherwise it's just for you know, I want to go get some stuff, I can go get some stuff. I mean, mainly I mine with, and I'm building this for me. I probably won't ever publish it per se. I might share it with some people, but I generally might mine a little bit with this, but my majority of my mining will be like plunge drills and drill rigs and that sort of thing. If I need a lot of stuff, but for getting out into space, I can use this, you know, to get out in space. But I'm wondering now, I might want to get, no assemblers, but I might want to try to fit a survival kit in here. So that I could actually craft my way out of a problem. Because this thing is awesome. Refills electric O2 and H2, but does not heal you. I guess I could actually throw a medical terminal on here too. I know there's like a medical panel. Cargo terminal, which came with fieldwork. I swear I saw some sort of medic station. Refill station. Huh. There it is. Oh, stores medical kits. Well, actually, out and about, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, so you would put medical kits in there. if I ever remember it's there. But I don't think I can fit a survival kit in here, so that's just what it is. Alright, let's get another. Oh, that was such a great angle and everything. The rays and all. Yeah, I have the refill station right here already. So it's everything but healing. And now I've got medical kit storage galore. I love the the refill station. It's such a great addition. You know, 4 superconductors, and you're golden, rather than medical components and all the room needed. Actually, I wonder if yeah, it might be better to move those guys right to the side of that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Which of course means another blueprint. But I'm still like 2 blueprints from being done no matter what I do. Okay, so now I think I'm done. So it's just one more blueprinting session. Unable to park. Good. I didn't want to hit park. I was hitting P because I was trying to get to menus from a different game. Right. Keep. Mark. Helps. That helps. But now I can't see. Yep, okay, that's in the right position there. So we need to come back to there. That looks about right. And then here, I think we need to go forward one more. Oh, that way. Yeah. It's marked. All right. Alright, so now we have it projecting and on there and in there and the whole thing. Right. What time is it? Alright. Yep. I'm gonna go get some more coffee and switch to survival. So I will be back in a moment. All right, I'm back. Hopefully everything is working properly. I did crash, and it claims YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, but it looks like it should be all right now. I think that was mainly because I was on the other thing so long. This was the first miner I created for this playthrough. One hydro tank. Oh, and it looks like I'm crashing again. All right, well, that's not good. I'm going to have to figure that out. In the meantime, I guess it's back to the back in a minute screen. I don't believe, maybe there's audio coming through, I don't know. I don't know if audio comes through on the back in a minute screen. Looks like it might. But it's just doing that again, which is quite unfortunate. I went back to my previous device driver. Everything is medium. Uh, but we will see. I desperately need a more powerful graphics card as part of it. Let's actually just save so that I'm not in here. As I was saying, one hydro tank runs out quite often, etc., etc. Maybe it'll stay running right now. This is my funky platform base. It was intended to actually be a vector thrust on a platform, but I really needed to get moving and I didn't have enough power at the time. I did manage to go to space and acquire uranium, so I have my reactors. They're on an event controller that kicks in when my game crashes again. Arg. Alright. I'm gonna have to do more to figure this out. Maybe I'll stream later. Um, Sorry guys. But I can't exactly play if the game keeps crashing. I'm not sure why it was working okay and then now it's crashing. My graphics card is not too hot. Voltage is all good, everything's good. So yeah, I don't know. But I guess I'll have to maybe reboot and do some other stuff. Uh, if I don't get to it today, I'll try to stream again tomorrow. At least sometime, but currently the only truly scheduled stream I'm doing is on Saturdays. Saturdays I will be Pacific Standard Time. I will be 100% streaming on Saturday. The rest of it is kind of random when I get the time. So maybe subscribe so you see when I'm on. And thanks for watching.